Hey everybody, Jimmy from Superpath here today with my friend Scott Towsley. Scott, how are you?
Hello, good. Very well.
So you work at HubSpot, you run startup marketing there. You are hiring for a role. The role is Senior Marketing Manager of Strategic Partner Marketing in the Startups Department. We'll talk more about that in a second. But first, could you just intro yourself, Scott? I mean, HubSpot needs, probably not everyone knows HubSpot, but maybe just like a quick kind of overview of kind of like the company, maybe for folks who haven't used the product before or aren't as familiar.
Yeah. So HubSpot's, I'm sure most people have heard of it, but it's basically, think of it as like the all-in-one platform. So you can run your marketing on it. It's a CRM, and you can do customer support, customer service on it. And so what we have in what this role is, for the most part, we have a startups program, right? So if you are working with Y Combinator, for example, you're a startup at Y Combinator, we'll issue a 90% off discount through Y Combinator, so you can get started with like the advanced features for HubSpot. And as you grow, the discount will like step down a little bit at a time. But that's essentially what the startup program is. So we offer specific discounts through our partners, and then we also offer a ton of other perks alongside of that.
That's really cool. So this person will report to you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess just a quick question. Does the partner marketing team have its own blog? Like, I mean, this role isn't entirely content, but that's a good chunk of it. Like, as that content is created, like, where does it live?
Yeah. So a lot of the content is actually distributed through our partners.
Oh, gotcha.
So in order to qualify, like as a startup, you have to be referred by a partner. So what we do is we try and help our partners create better content for their startups ultimately. And so a lot of most of the channels are typically through email and a little bit through social. But for the most part, if you're an accelerator or a VC, you tend to not have a huge, like, let's say, HubSpot-esque organic search presence, just because it's not necessarily their bread and butter. But then it's not, I would say that's the edge case, is that there's more heavy website traffic, and a lot of it tends to be more through email. So most of the promotion is going through a partner and not necessarily through HubSpot's core acquisition channels, like our email, our social, our blog. It's an interesting new kind of acquisition motion at HubSpot.
That's really cool. And partner marketing has been a huge deal for HubSpot over the years, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like there's like a lot of like kind of really exciting companies that you're potentially working with. Like, does the person who ends up taking this role, like, should they have a background in partner marketing, or like if they have good content chops, is that something they can kind of pick up as they get into the role?
Yeah, no, you can definitely pick it up. I would say for the role preferred, because it's a different playbook, right? Like if you're building your own content strategy for your business, it's different than being able to adapt and shift and mold to what the partner is looking for. There's themes, there's segments of different partners, and certain partners are looking for different things. So it's being able to kind of build that replicated, repeatable playbook for like, okay, this segment of partner, this is kind of the main thing that they're looking for. Okay, let's create content for them, and then we can redistribute it across all of our other partners. So the role doesn't have to come with a background in partner marketing, but it might be helpful because it's all, as with a lot of content that we create, we focus on the distribution channel first, and that channel is through our partners' channels.
Yeah. That's cool. That's very interesting. Is this a remote role also, by the way?
It is remote, yeah. So I'm a strange employee at HubSpot. So I've been remote at HubSpot the whole time out of Southern California for like 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So
before it was
now,
cool.
Of course, yeah, so now it's of course common everywhere, but it is fully remote. We would prefer a North America, South America time zone, but we are totally open to, global applications.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Any like specific things that would make somebody stand out when they apply? Like, are there certain things you're looking for on a resume or in a writing sample or,
Yeah, to be honest, like just being excited about the VC world and the venture capital world and all of the crazy things that are going on with it, and how do VCs work? What are startup accelerators? Like having not necessarily experience, but like excited and passionate about that startup world, in the VC-backed startup world, because that's really central and core to our entire strategy. And the more you want to learn about that market, or the more, if you've already been involved in that market, the better. So, if you've been involved at Techstars or YC or Sequoia or Excel or something like that, that is even better, just because you get the market and you know how it works a little bit, versus coming in and not having quite as much of an understanding on venture capital and accelerators and the business models for all of them, and their motives and their incentives, and who are the people and what are the themes with everyone. Again, it's not necessary, but it is going to be helpful and allow you to move faster in the role.
Got it. Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yep.
I'll throw it out to folks who are considering applying. If you want someone to look over your writing samples, your application, or whatever before you apply, please just shoot me a DM in Slack. I would be happy to do that. If you're sort of on the fence and you want someone to sort of cheer you on and give you a kick to go apply, also send me a DM. I will play that role as well. Scott, I really appreciate it. It's so helpful for us to, see the face, hear the voice, like get some context behind the role. So I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, of course. And I do want to say, please apply. If you're thinking about applying, apply. We get a lot of, I'm not sure if I'm qualified. I don't know if it even makes sense for me to apply. If it's interesting to you and this role really speaks to you, please apply, regardless of experience, where you're located in the world. What matters is that you're passionate and you're excited, more far and above and beyond anything else.
Cool. I love it. I definitely I talk to folks, candidates quite a bit, who say like, oh, I'm not sure. I think it's interesting, but I don't know. You heard it from Scott. If you want someone else sort of like encourage you along, I'll happily do that for you too. Well, cool. Well, Scott, thank you again. Hopefully we'll send in some good folks your way shortly, and hopefully you and I can catch up again soon too.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, everyone.
Take care.